Bloggos POW! Today we're looking at the series of Let's TV Play Classics. These are plug and play consoles from Japan. Right, today we're going to be looking at these plug and plays. So these are specifically Japanese plug and plays. All come from the same series called the Nostalgia series. So we've got TaitoNostalgia 1 with I think it's Great Garanius or Gladiator, whichever region when you look at it, and Legend of Kage. The TaitoNostalgia 2, which has got Kiki Kaiko and Slap Fight on it, and the NamcoNostalgia 2 as well with Dragon Buster and Gaplus on it. Somehow I've missed out on NamcoNostalgia 1, so I'm not sure what was on this. So let's get these open and have a look. Just before we do, just say I do believe these were Gashapon, well not Gashapon, crane game reward arcade game sort of prize things. I'm not entirely sure. But let's have a look and I'll show you what they look like. So inside the box we have this little console thing. So fairly standard. 4 buttons, nice little joypad knob thing. It's digital. Alright, there we go. A credit button for putting your coins in, on and off, and a connector button. Now that is unusual. Well, it's not really, but the way it connects up is. So let's just open another box. You need this to use them. So this is the power adapter and the TV cable you need to run these games. So again, you probably have to put some more money into a crane machine to win it. Let's get this open and take a look. Haha! So this is a mess. So that plugs into the bottom of your little console. Actually, to be more accurate, into the top of your little console, like so. Okay, all good. But then you've got this here. So of course your composite left and right audio and video, and then this here. Now that plugs into this, like so, and then that plugs into your mains, or in my case, the step down converter. So you've got to have all this spaghetti junction of wires and crap just to get your little game thing plugged in. So here's the first one, TaitoNostalgia 1. So press any key. So you got a choice here. Obviously in composite. Obviously this is going to look pretty crappy, but still, here we go. So let's start with oh, I pressed the wrong button. So Legend of Kage. Let's just quickly see. Now these appear to be arcade conversions because you actually have to press the coin button to add credits. I'm not particularly familiar with this game, but seems to be okay. I'm supposed to be running after wherever they stole the princess, and where they're taking the princess, should I say. Yeah, that's fairly good. I really don't know if I'm doing this right, but oh, flamey monk dude. Serious health and safety hazard. You know, monks' clothes are really flammable at the best of times, so you know you really should watch out with fire-breathing monks. Yeah, okay, well that's all well and cool. I wonder how I reset this thing. I bet I have to turn it off and on again. The answer to that was yes. Right, so let's have another go. Let's see what else we've got here. So this should be Gladiator Strike, Great Garanios or whatever it was called in this country. We can load game on this, interesting. So this I have played before. It's a sideways scrolling hack and slash where you control a man whose clothes fall off. Not even kidding, it's exactly the worst. However, he's constantly walking until he dies at least. This was converted to the home systems in this country in Commodore 64 and Spectrum, and I think maybe the Amstrad by Elite Systems, but it never got a full release. It was released straight to compilations and budgets, as far as I'm aware. So I'm not entirely sure why that is, but you know, it's got something to do with the name apparently, and Gladiator was already taken or something, or I don't know. But it's, you know, it's a fun little game. I wouldn't say it's a classic by any stretch of the imagination. I do remember seeing the arcade game down Margate a couple of times. Oh yeah, it seems to be a fairly accurate representation of the arcade game. Now, okay, I'm going to reset this again. I've lost my fight against Baldy McCluck here. There we go. We knew it wouldn't take long. Yes, so resetting. So these games consoles have extra versions of the same game. So down here we've got another version of Gladiator, but it's the Amazon version. And that doesn't mean you can buy books and DVDs for it. So let's get this started. Let's get a coin in. And it means you play as a lady, doing lady things. It doesn't really make a blind bit of difference at all, but it just means that when her armour falls off, there's boobs instead of man hair. So that's what you get from that. On the other hand, in Legend of Kage Special Edition, or at least Alternate Edition, you get to choose from two characters, Ayami or Ganin. Now I was presuming Ganin's the original character, and Ayami's probably going to be the gender swap here. So there we go, there's the princess, being stolen, put her in the little shed, and here we go, yeah. Well, that's nice, she's got some nice bombs to throw around. That should tell the fire-breathing monks what for, won't it, if you end up with a bomb in her face. So yeah, it seems to be that these extra versions are really just extra characters, things like that. Not really a massive difference to the game itself, but nice to have a alternate character to play with on these things. Right, moving along to NamcoNostalgia 2. So on this we've got Dragon Buster and Gaplus. So we'll start off with good old Dragon Buster. This is a little bit of a favourite of mine. It was in my local pub. When I reached drinking age, there was a Dragon Buster coin up in there, so I could drink and play games for the first time legally in my life. So this is fairly standard like dungeon crawler side scroller. You've got a little map to go around. And you fight various minis, you collect spells, and at the end of each massive stage, well, at the end of each map there's a dragon to be destroyed, and there's sub-bosses at the end of each dungeon. I'm not doing very well against these bads. Get to the end of a dungeon. So at the moment I've got 3 fireballs as my spells. So there we go. Got rid of that dragon. I do believe you get different spells later on in the game, but for the most part right now it's just fireballs. Now this is a game I hadn't played until I found it in the pub that day. There wasn't any European home computer versions. There's a version for the 8-bit Nintendo. There we go, it's the dragon. That's why I used all my fireballs on him, 2 of them. And the NES version is pretty good, so if you can find it. I don't know if they got a UK release. The version I've got is Japanese, but yeah, worth tracking down on the NES. It also appears in some of the Namco Museum packs as well. For one of the PS1 ones has it, one of the oh hello, PS2 Namco 50th anniversary has it. Others may have it as well, but worth checking it out on those. And there's a mouldy Gandalf. Right, let's move along to the other game on this before we look at the alternate versions. So here we go. Here's Gaplus. So obviously a evolution of Galaga and Galaxian. And maybe a little bit of Mooncrester in there as well by the looks of things. Parsec 1. I wonder if we can get up to 12 parsecs. Or was it 14?
12!
So yeah, here we go. This really is Galaga, Galaxians, that sort of thing. You do have the option to move slightly, well, quite a way up the screen actually, which is unusual for this kind of game. That is, however, there's the 4 buttons on this only give you, well, 1 shot, so it doesn't use all the buttons. So yeah, fairly interesting. I'm still shit at it. Okay, enough of that, let's move along. Right, so let's start with the Dragon Buster extended game. Dragon Buster 100. I wonder what happened to the other 98 versions. Oh crap. Just wasted some of my things on it. It automatically appears to have a lot more in the way of spells. Level layout is different. This might be some sort of, I don't know, like a caravan mode, you know, like a time attack-y sort of. Yeah, it's a time attack, yeah, look, 31 seconds it's going down. I can't remember if the original arcade game had a time limit. There we go. So the idea is to do the stage before the time runs out. So it's a time attack. 60 seconds, let's go. Oh, I used my spells on the last stage, so hoping they would reset for this stage. Evidently that's not the case. Yeah, so time attack, you know, I'm guessing here there's going to be quite a few stages to go through before you get to the point where it gets too hard to do it in the allotted time. But yeah, that's a fun little diversion. I like that. Right, moving on to the other version of Gaplus here. Gaplus Flanks. Nothing to do with old men with banjos. Alright, let's get a credit in there. Am I spying a slight graphical oh, slight. Oh, that's interesting. The only weapon you have is the capture weapon from Gallagher. So it's like a little bonus game where you capture things to spell out a word. Bon. A bonus, there we go. Very odd, very odd. Well, let's move along to the next game box. Right, in my opinion, I've saved the best till last. So it's Slap Fight and Kiki Kai Kai. So let's start with Kiki Kai Kai. Kiki Kai Kai, I always equate with the Super Famicom game and its sequel. This is based on the coin-op, so it's not quite the same game I'm used to, but hey, it's worth looking at all the same. So it's an upward scrolling run and gun. But with a cute little Japanese priestess. I think that was probably a power up with that formation there. Go. Oh, got some red throwing things. I can't even remember what they're called. There's a key there, probably opens a crate or a chest or something somewhere. And you've got your little sacred stick with paper on. I can't remember what these things are called in Japanese culture. I do apologise. But yeah, nice little version of Kiki Kai Kai. Let's move along. So here we've got Slap Fight, one of my favourite arcade games. This is unusual because this in the arcade is a vertically orientated tate shooter, and this version is fills the screen completely, a bit like the Commodore 64 version. So let's see how this fares. So far so good. It's nimble and responsive. Yeah, very good. Not quite as impressive as the Mega Drive version, but then again the Mega Drive version is about £1 billion. Crapsticks. Oh, and it's auto fire as well if you hold the button down. There's me tapping away, but I can hold it down and it won't matter a jot. Shit. Right, let's move on to the extra versions of these games. Right, so I'll click the Kiki Kai Kai extra mode. Let's see what the difference is here. Get credit in. Oh, again, character select. I think I might have just selected the Invisible Man by the looks of things. Probably the girl again, but hey ho, character, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, character select. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, so that's all it is. So like Legend of Kage and Great Gladiator. Yeah, nice. Right, so let's quickly go back to the title screen again. So we've got Slap Fight Tiger. The difference here is you can select the helicopter from Tiger Heli and play with it in Slap Fight, which is again a nice little extra, almost like an extra character bonus. Still not making it any easier, is it? Again, I'm tapping the button. I can hold it down. Moron. Actually, I can't on this. Strange. With the slap fight version, I could hold the button down and it would be an auto fire. But with the Tiger Heli one, no such luck. Let's have some side action. Nice little different. I was assuming that the power-ups would be the same as the slap fight power-ups, but it appears they're not. Right, I'm going to have one more go with this cheat, the slap fight cheat for the weapons, with the helicopter. So let's see how that goes. I'm sure it's down in this corner it's supposed to happen. Yeah, look at that, that works. Well, of course with no speed ups it's going to be a bit painful. But yeah, that cheat actually does still work with the helicopter. And the helicopter appears to have mutated. Looking at it, what's going on with the graphics there? That's a bit mental, isn't it? Looks like a bizarre sort of spider helicopter now. Let's try some of the other weapons if we can get a chance to do that. Why not? Yeah, pretty cool. So what did you think of these unusual consoles? Have you seen them before? What do you think of the games on there? Do you think they're a straight emulation, or are they specially tailored just for these little consoles? Here, subscribe or naff off!